So what do you think? Is it time to be an investor or continue as a day trader?
Well, I prefer always an investor as opposed to a day trader. My view of the markets has always been longer term in nature, and that's absolutely the position and view we take for Seaport's clients. Trading, of course, is always fun, especially when you're right, terribly expensive when you're wrong, and from my perspective, more of a game than investing. So I really don't know what to say to the day traders. On the other hand, I do have a relatively positive message for the investors, because I tend to think that 2013, in spite of all the problems, and clearly I have been talking about and focused on these problems and very negative as far as the stock market's concerned for many weeks and many months. But somehow or other the market seems to shrug these issues off, and the problems, whether it's correct or not, seem to get kicked down the road. Whether it's the Eurozone, whether it's dysfunctional politicians in this country, whether it's the rather anemic results of the negotiations for the fiscal cliff, it doesn't seem to make too much difference what the negative events are. For one reason or another, the market just continues to shrug these events off. I don't think it's going to be straight up, but I also don't think it will be straight down. It's going to be sort of like a U.S. football game. You know, it's going to be 5 yards on the ground, a cloud of dust, maybe a couple of yards backwards, and then 5 yards forward. I don't think the path will be easy, but I do think the path will be basically positive. And I have been asked to predict what I think for the overall market for 2013 by other folks, so I will share that same prediction with all of you. And then my guess, and it's just a guess, is that the popular averages will be up somewhere between 10 and 12% in 2013, in spite of all the issues. And if in fact that turns out to be correct, I would say from an investor's point of view, should be a relatively good year if in fact that prediction turns out to be true.